He was going hard. The A$AP Rocky had a starter pistol that whole time. I still think that's a silly defense. I don't know of any sane person that would go meet another man over a conflict that they're having and bring a fake gun.
Willie D. Live.
If the king has stewardship over the country being that safe, yeah, I'm all with it. Don't say shit about the king. I'm with it.
Okay.
Look, man, when I lived in Azerbaijan, it was similar. Like, when I lived there, women, I was in Baku. I lived there for 10 years. Women would walk around in, like, pitch dark. It could be 2 o'clock in the morning, 4 o'clock in the morning. Don't know where they was coming from, but they'd be fully dressed, and I'm talking about they could have on something provocative. Nobody bothers them.
Right.
No catcalls, no rapes, no murders, none of that.
Right.
And that is because leadership starts at the top and it trickles down. You have a culture of people who care about each other. You care about your neighbor. Your neighbor cares about you and your children. Like in this country, most of us, we can't even name 3 neighbors. No matter whether you live in a rich neighborhood or a poor neighborhood.
You're right.
Most of us can't even name 3 neighbors. And we wonder why we have all of this dissension and separation.
I mean, look, we're both right in this conversation, right? Neither one of us are wrong. But when you're dealing with the system, you know that if you commit a crime in America, you could get a good lawyer and you might be able to get away with it.
That's right. Many variables.
Right. A lot of variables. Look at OJ. Look at A$AP Rocky. Look at a lot of different people that got away with stuff, and people felt like, well, I kind of thought they were guilty, but okay, that's cool. You know what I mean? I interviewed A$AP Rocky's lawyer, Joe Tacopina. He was going hard. The A$AP Rocky had a starter pistol that whole time. I still think that's a silly defense. I don't know of any sane person that would go meet another man over a conflict that they're having and bring a fake gun.
Well, if he got a couple of goons with him and, he just want to scare the guy, I mean, that's plausible.
Okay. Well, to me, it's not.
And A$AP Rocky ain't no street dude like that anyway, so I can see something like that happening.
Well, but he's been in jail. He's been in Rikers.
He ain't going to jail. Don't make you street.
All I'm saying is, me personally, I would be terrified to pull out a starter pistol on somebody because I would assume that if they had
have a real gun.
that'd be it.
Yeah.
And they'd be fully justified. Remember there was that case? You talked about that. Remember that guy walked into a diner and started robbing everybody? And one of the patrons killed him?
Yeah.
And when he walked over to the body, he was like, it's a fake gun. And he threw it down in disgust.
Yeah.
What happened to that guy?
Yeah.
Nothing?
Yeah, they let him make it.
He wasn't charged with anything.
They let him make it.
So, but what I'm saying is, Joe was like, it's a fake gun. I'm like, okay, that's cool. You guys got away with the fake gun thing. That's cool. I'm happy. I'm happy for Joe. I like Joe. Me and Joe have been talking a lot. I like A$AP Rocky. I'm happy for him, but I still think it was probably a real gun, and he got away with it because he spent. Joe Tacopina charged $2,400 an hour.
Damn.
Yeah, and he's worked on that case for 3 years. He probably walked away with $5 million.
Damn.
To get him off. But then again, when your baby mother's a billionaire, she doesn't want the father of her 2 kids going to prison. She doesn't play a check.
Well, you can't put a price on freedom.
Exactly. But you have a chance of getting away with it. In these countries, you don't really have any sort of real trials. Like, if you do a crime, you're just guilty, and that's that. You think there's a jury in Dubai that votes on certain things? No, you broke the law, that's it. We don't really care about your excuse or whatever else. That's it. That one woman, there was a black woman who went to Dubai who was yelling at one of the car rental workers.
She said the woman touched her. The woman said she touched her, and that's why they locked her up.
I had heard that she had it was something to do with maybe she had damaged the car or there was some extra charges and she was just pissed off and she didn't want to pay those extra charges. So she got into a yelling match with the guy thinking she's back in America.
Right.
And in Dubai, you can't do that shit.
Nah.
She was locked up. And everyone was like, oh, it's so unfair because that guy could have came to America, did the same thing. You're right. He could have came to America, did the same thing. But he couldn't do the same thing in Dubai.
Right.
So in these places, you know that, listen, it's all over for you if you go and do these crimes.